we'll see how that works now. As wait a minute. All right, now it says we're live now, and the Republic is having some issues because of user error. Hardly ever is because of the system. It's usually because I've done something not correctly. I was trying to stream, but I was seeing that I was public. I wasn't public, I was private. So now I'm up and running. We're good to go. This is Kent Blaylock with SDG Replays, and we're going to be continuing my dumpster fire postseason bracket. You see here is my dumpster fire invitational, and we are into finishing up the very first round, and we got 2 games to be played today. And this, if you'll see as you're looking at the bracket, at the top of the bracket, we have it tied up 2-2. We have the 16th seeded Blue Jays against the first seeded Astros, and it's going to be a one and done game for them. And so we're going to do a double header this afternoon, as you also see the 12th seeded Mariners, the 10th seeded San Francisco Giants going up against the 7th seeded Cleveland Indians. That's going to be our games today. We're going to play those out where we can finish out the bracket, where we can go on to this next round. These are best of 5 series. They're both knotted up 2-2, so that's going to put them in a precarious position. As we'll click out of the bracket now and go to the schedule, you'll see Toronto and Houston, again knotted up 2-2. That will be our first game played. This would be a pretty major upset if the Astros get swept out of this, being the number 1 seed. So let's go ahead and click on play, and we're going to be playing at the Houston Astrodome on this day. Let's bring in our lineups for each team. And for Houston, so here we go, our lineups for today, and let's turn that down a little bit. Our lineups for today:
Houston, top of the first.
Top of the first, Joe Negro on the mound. Coming to the plate is Alfredo Griffin. During the season, batted .287 with 2 home runs. Slightly better during this tournament. He's batting .294 with 2 RBIs. As he comes to the plate, Negro with the offering. Griffin digs in. And it will be a deep fly out as he lifts it into right field. Leonard with it for the F9 putout.
One out, bases empty.
That brings Bob Baylor to the plate. Baylor on the season batted .229 with 1 home run, having a pretty poor tournament as he's at .063, but he does have 1 RBI. As Baylor digs in, Joe Negro to the plate. It's a fly ball into right field. Again, Leonard up with it. Easy play. 2 up, 2 down.
2 outs, bases empty.
As Roy Howell steps to the plate, batting .247 on the season with 15 home runs. Even better during this tournament, batting a healthy .375 with 2 RBIs. 6 hits during this tournament. 2 RBIs. Has struck out 4 times though. Here's the pitch. And he hits the ball sharply to first base. Enos Cabell up
An
with
easy
it.
inning to score.
Steps
1,
over
2,
on the
3.
first, unassisted. 3 up.
Bottom of the
3
first.
down. That will bring Terry Puel to the plate. Puel on the season batted .287 with 8 home runs. And he did slightly better with a .313 average in this tournament. Phil Huffman pitching on the season with 31 games started and 173 innings pitched, had a pretty high ERA of 5.77 with a 6 wins, 18 loss season. So far in this tournament, though, he's pitched well with 5 2/3 inning pitch, 6 hits, just 1 run, and 2 base on balls. No strikeouts, but he does have a very healthy 1.59 ERA. That'll bring Terry Puel to the plate. Puel steps in, he digs in. Phil Huffman to the belt. He delivers. It's lifted into a looping drive to left field. It's going to be a ballpark effect check. And it drops in front of Woods for a single to left field. One has 1 man out of 6 chance to make the hit, and he does as Puel stands on
No
first.
outs, man on first.
A leadoff single for Puel. That'll bring Craig Reynolds to the plate, batting .265 on the season, and .214 during this tournament. Runner on first. Here's the pitch from Huffman. Hits it well to Ainge. Possible error check on Ainge. The future Celtic great. Will he make the play? And there is no error as he flips over to second to get the lead runner. Reynolds will be safe at first with the fielder's choice.
1 out, man on first.
So with Reynolds on first, Cesar Cedeno comes to the plate at a .262 batting average with 6 home runs in 79 and only batting .176 during this tournament, but plating 3 people as he has drove in 3 and with 1 home run during this tournament. Cedeno to the plate as Huffman delivers. And this could be trouble. It's in the "we'll see you later" column. Here's the dice roll. And it will be a single by Sedano to center field, moving Reynolds over to second. So with one out, we have runners on first and
One
second.
out. Men on first and second.
And Jeffrey Leonard coming to the plate, batting .290 during the season and .250 during this tournament. So with runners on first and second, we have Huffman to the belt, bringing the pitch to Leonard. Here's the pitch. Line got hit to left field. It's chest for extra bases. Al Woods up to throw. It is brings in one run, and here's the other roll. He holds the runner at second with a double. So Reynolds scores, but Sedano will have to remain at third.
One out. Men on second and third.
So far, 3 hits in the inning and 1 run across. With 1 out, runners on second and third. Enos Cabell comes to the plate. Cabell on the season batted .272 with 6 home runs. During this tournament, however, he's hitting .188 with 1 RBI. Here's the pitch from Huffman.
Ball 4.
And he walks and they load the bases. So bases are full to overflowing as
1 out. Bases loaded.
Jose Cruz comes to the plate. Cruz on the season batted .289 with 9 home runs, batting .400 during this tournament, but just with 1 RBI. Huffman with the delivery, wanting to get out of this jam. Here's the pitch. It's a hit to the second baseman. But it's a single off as Sedano and Leonard both come across the plate. Cabell moves to second. So 1 out, 3 runs
1 out.
already across.
Men on first and second.
Art Howe comes to the plate with runners on first and second, batting .248 with 6 home runs during the season. But during this tournament, only batting .154, but with 2 RBIs. Art Howe digs in, up into the plate. It's another ballpark effect. Will he get it? It's a 50-50 chance. And it will be a hit. Single to center field as it drops in front of the center fielder. And Will Cabell, the third base coach, Sim Cabell, he will, is that first inning. And will Bassetti make the play as the ball is moved by Bassetti in center field for an error. Put runners on first, second, third. With only
1 out.
1 out.
Men on second and third.
And already 4 runs across for Houston. So looking to settle this game quickly. And he hits it to second base, a foul out. His Angel ranges over.
2 outs. Men on second and third.
Foul to the foul line. 1 second. As now Joe Niekro comes to the plate, feeling pretty good about his situation as he's been spotted a 4-0 advantage as he comes to the plate. Niekro on the season batted .120, so he's not a threat from the plate as is not expected. But here is the pitch. It's a looping drive to left field. Al Woods
4 runs, 5 hits, 1 error, and 2 left on.
That will end our inning, but not after 5 hits, 4 runs, and 2 left on by the Houston Astros.
Top of the second.
Top of the second. Toronto trails 4-0. With Rick Bassetti coming to the plate. Bassetti on the season batted .260 with 8 home runs. During this tournament, he's batting a healthy .313, but has not had any luck in driving any runs across. Bassetti digs in as Negro looks to pitch. And it will be a ballpark effect. Will it drop in, or will he make the catch? It's a tapper to the pitcher. Negro gets it over to first for the 1-3
1 out,
put out.
bases empty.
Number 1, as he handcuffed Bassetti with a slow roller to the mound. That'll bring John Mayberry to the plate. Batted .274 with 21 home runs and 79. During this tournament, he's batting .231, but he has driven in 4 runs with 1 home run. Here's the pitch. And he strikes him out. He sits down Mayberry with out number 2. 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the second.
2 outs, bases empty.
As Al Woods comes to the plate, batting .278 with 5 home runs and 79, and batting .308 with 1 RBI during this tournament. Here is the pitch. It's a ball hit to the third baseman. Cedeno, possible error. And Cedeno will boot it for a 2-base error as Al Woods finds himself on second base with the error by Cesar
2 outs,
Cedeno.
man on second.
Now we'll bring Danny Ames, the future Celtic, to the plate. Batting .237 with 2 home runs and 79 and .214 in this tournament. As Woods stands on second, takes a slight lead. Negro to the plate. It's a single to left field. Will that bring up Woods? The third base coach with the call, and he sends him, and he's safe. So that makes our game now 4-1 with Danny Ainge with his first RBI of the series.
2 outs, man on first.
That'll bring Rick Cerrone to the plate. Batting .239 and 79 with 7 home runs. It's his first plate appearance in this tournament. Well, actually, no. He has 13 appearances and just no hits. As he's
1 run, 1 hit,
hitless,
1 error, and 1 left on.
Field. Cruz underneath it for the easy out.
Bottom of the second.
And we go to the bottom of the second with Houston up 4-1. And Terry Puel, leadoff hitter, to the plate. Phil Huffman with the pitch. It's a foul out to third base as Art Howell settles underneath it. Route number 1.
1 out, bases empty.
That'll bring Craig Reynolds to the plate. His last time grounded out to second. Huffman with the delivery. It's a single to right field as it drops in front of Baylor in right field. So with 1 out, we have a runner on first and Craig Reynolds. As Cesar
1 out,
Cedeno
man on first.
comes to the plate, hoping to make up for the error in the previous inning. As he singled his last time up. Cedeno digs in as Huffman brings the pitch. It's a deep fly to right field. Baylor settles underneath it for out number 2. Jeff now
2
put
outs,
out.
men on first.
As Jeffrey Leonard comes to the plate, he doubled his last plate appearance. So with 2 outs, runner on first. Here's the pitch from Huffman. It's a single to center field. Reynolds moves to second. Third base coach will send Reynolds, and he is safe at third. So with 2 outs, we have runners on the corners and Reynolds and Leonard.
2 outs, men on first and third.
And Enos Cabell comes to the plate. Cabell walked his first time up. Leonard will look to steal. Will he get the jump? And he does indeed steal the base. So we now have 2 runners in scoring
2
position.
outs, men on second and third.
As Cabell steps to the plate, he walked his first time up. Here is the pitch. And it's a short fly to center field to end the inning.
No runs, 2 hits, and 2 left on.
So with 2 hits and 2 left on, no runs come across for Houston in the bottom of the second.
Top of the third.
As we go to the top of the third, our score is still 4-1. Astros. I'll bring the pitcher Phil Huffman to the plate. Here's the pitch from Necro to his counterpart. It's a ground out to Howell at second. Over to Cabell at first. For the 4-3
1 out,
put out.
bases empty.
Number 1. That'll bring Alfredo Griffin to the plate. Batting .287, 2 home runs. Again, and 79. He flew out to right field his first time up. Negro toes the rubber as Alfredo Griffin digs in. Here's the pitch. It's hit to third base. Over to first for the 5-3 put out. And out number 2.
2 outs, bases empty.
As Bob Baylor comes to the plate, he flew out to right field his first time up. Negro with the pitch. Baylor digs in.
Ball 4.
And he puts Baylor on. Free pass to first as we now have a runner
2
on
outs,
with 2
men on
outs.
first.
And Roy Howell coming to the plate. He grounded out to first his first time up. As Necro toes the rubber. Here's the pitch. It's 2 balls now.
2 outs, men on first.
Here's the pitch to Howell. It's a home run off the outfield screen as Howell gets every bit of it in that number 6 column. And we now have a 1-run contest as the score is now 4-3 as Roy Howell took Necro deep.
2 outs, bases empty.
4-3. And Rick Massetti coming to the plate. Grounded back to the pitcher in his first plate appearance. So with the score now 4-3, 2 outs and bases empty. Rick Massetti comes to the plate. Here's the pitch. He'll ground out to second. Art Howell.
2 runs, 1 hit, and none left on.
We're out number 3, but we go to the
Bottom of the third
with our game now 4-3, and it's suddenly got interesting. Hello, Al. How are you? Continuing in my Dumpster Fire Invitational, we'll be doing a doubleheader. Both these games are elimination games because both these series are tied up 2-2 in these best of 5s. Right now we have a 4-3 ball game with it getting very tight now with that home run that just went out of the park, making it 4-3. But Jose Cruz steps to the plate with our game 4-3. Phil Huffman toes the rubber. Cruz singled his first time up, so here's the pitch. All right. Oh, a huge chance for a home run as Cruz has got good wood on the ball. For home run, Jose Cruz.
RBIs today.
Offered up a
no outs, bases empty.
It was turned into, as some have said, lasagna. As now Art Howe steps to the plate with our game now 5-3. And Huffman, a little shaken. Can he settle down as Art Howe steps to the plate? Howe singled his first time up. So here's the pitch. He's hit to third. Roy Howe up with it. Over to Mayberry at first. 5-3
1 out, bases empty.
We have our first out here in the bottom of the third. That'll bring Alan Ashby to the plate. Ashby fouled out to the second baseman his first time up. Huffman with the pitch. It's another 1 in the 6th column, but it's hit deep, but not deep enough as Baylor settles under it at the warning track for out number 2.
2 outs, bases empty.
That'll bring Joe Negro to the plate. Swinging away. Negro swings away. Fouls it out to second as
1 run, 1 hit, and none left on.
Danny Ainge squeezes it for out number 3.
Top of the 4th.
And we go to the 4th with our game 5-3 Houston. John Mayberry stepping to the plate. He struck out his first time up as Negro toes the rubber. Mayberry digs in. Here's the pitch. It's in the 6-5-3 column, but he just pops it up as he's offered a grapefruit, but he cannot turn it into fruit salad as he pops it up to Howe at second for out number 1.
1 out, bases empty.
That'll bring Al Woods to the plate, who reached on an error by Cedeno, making it all the way to second. Here's Al Woods. Pitch from Negro. It's hit to Cabell at second. Cannot make the play as it's off his glove into right field.
1 out, man on first.
As Al Woods stands at first, Danny Ainge to the plate. Ainge will swing away.
Strike 3.
And he strikes him out as Ainge is set down.
2 outs, man on first.
Right now, instead of going back to the Toronto bench, he should be heading to a Celtics bench. I think this was the season that he decided to hang up the cleats and put on the sneakers. As Rick Cerrone steps to the plate, a .239 average in the season. He flew out to left field his first time up. Here's the pitch from Negro. It's a single to left field. It moves Woods over to second. Now, Negro is temporarily on B grade, so
2 outs, men on first and second.
For Negro here, at the top of the 4th. With 2 outs. Luckily, the pitcher is the next one up. As here comes the pitch. It's a short fly ball to center field. Terry Cooler settles underneath it for out number 3.
No runs, 2 hits, and 2 left on.
And now, looks like Negro will be on permanent B grade, so he will be
bottom of the 4th.
coming out of the game. That's in the next inning. But Phil Huffman still pitching for the Blue Jays as Terry Puel comes to the plate. Here's a pitch from Huffman to Puel. Foul out to third base as Howe settles underneath it for out number 1. Here at the
one
bottom
out,
of the
base
fourth.
is empty.
I'll bring Craig Reynolds to the plate. He's 1 for 2 for today with a single. Here's the pitch from Huffman. As Reynolds slides into second for a 1-out double.
1 out, man on second.
With 1 out, man on second, Cesar Cedeno to the plate. 1 for 2 for today. With Reynolds taking a short lead on second. Huffman with the pitch. Cedeno digging in. And he'll fly it out to Vassetti in center field. For out number 2.
2 outs, man on second.
As Jeffrey Leonard comes to the plate. 2 for 2 for today with a double and a single. Swinging the bat well, seems to have a good eye for Huffman. As Huffman brings the pitch. And he's hit it into left field. It's a looping drive. Woods is trying to make the play. He's on his bicycle as he's coming in, and he does. It's a fly out to left field as Al Woods
No
retires.
runs, 1 hit, and 1 left on.
The Astros with 1 hit, 1 left on.
Top of the 5th.
We go to the top of the 5th. Negro will now be pulled as he's on his B grades. And he'll have, let's see, let's bring in, Pete Ladd will come in to pitch. Alfredo Griffin to the plate. It's 0 for 2 for today. As Ladd looks to get the Astros into the later innings with no runs coming across. As Griffin
Ball 4. Take your base.
Out of first all set to first on free pass. And now that I look at that number 5 column, this 5 was all the way down. So evidently Mr. Ladd has some control issues.
No outs, man on first.
Out that 5 column. Goes to the 5 column. We're going to have walks. And he goes to the 6. It's a line drive hit to center field. And let me take this call. Hello. Sure, absolutely. All right, will do. Okay. I'll give him a call. All right, see you later. Bye. Apologies. Taking care of the wife. She comes first in all things. Absolutely. All right. It was a line drive hit into center field, but there's a chance for extra bases. But he will hold Griffin at second.
No outs, men on first and second.
On center field, but with no outs, we have runners on first and second. Pete Ladd not with a good showing. Probably not the best selection on my part. Again, it's in the 5 column, another walk as Fuel
No outs, bases loaded.
No outs. And I am way glad. Here's the pitch. And it's a leaping catch. And there's a possible double play. Can he double up? Baylor at second. Baylor gets safely back to second, so now we have 1 out.
1 out, bases loaded.
With the bases loaded. Here's the pitch from Ladd to Mayberry. Hit the shortstop, out at first, but that will score Griffin as he could not turn the double play. Run comes across.
2 outs, men on second and third.
5-4 ball game with 2 outs, runners on second and third. Now Woods coming to the plate. He's been on base both times up this game with a single and reaching on an error. Pete Ladd to Al Woods. Woods lines it to short. Spawns it out.
1 run, 1 hit, and 2 left on.
Ladd gets out of the inning with only 1 run coming across. Sigh of relief.
Bottom of the 5th.
As we go to the bottom of the 5th. Houston up 5-4. It's Phil Huffman still on the mound. Looks to get out of this inning as Enos Cabell comes to the plate. He's 0 for 2 for today with a walk as Huffman brings the pitch. And he walks Cabell. 3 pass for Cabell.
No outs, men on first.
As Jose Cruz comes to the plate. 2 for 2 for today with a single and a home run. Cabell will look to steal. Let's see if he can get the jump. And he does. And Cabell is safely on second as he's still second. So we now have
no outs, man on second.
Position. As Jose Cruz digs in, Phil Huffman with the pitch. He's 3 for 3.
He now has 4 RBIs today. No outs, man on second.
So with no outs, Cruz stands on second. And Huffman, I believe that's all we're going to see from Huffman today as he gets the yank. And we'll look for a left-hander to come in here. Let's bring in Baylor Moore. Baylor Moore, he struggles with control as well, so we might have two pitchers that are going to have trouble getting the ball across the plate. With no outs, Moore steps in. Art Howe at the plate. He's 1 for 2 for the day. Here's a pitch from Moore. As Cruz comes across, in a run. With no outs.
No outs, man on second.
The Houston lead is now 7-4. And Alan Ashby coming to the plate. Baylor Moore trying to settle down as here's the pitch for Moore. Ashby digging in. And he strikes him out. As Ashby goes back to the dugout.
1 out, man on second.
Pete Ladd coming to the plate. I think I'm going to pull Ladd. Not too confident with his pitching. Now. Let's see. game. Let's go ahead and bring in Weidenbauer. I guess that's how you pronounce that. Here's Tom Weidenbauer. As he comes in to pitch hit. Moore with the pitch. He pops it up to second base. Danny Ainge with the play. Runner on second. We have 2 outs.
2 outs, man on second.
And Puel back to the plate. Puel with 1 hit today as Moore looks to close out this inning. Here's the pitch. It's hit to third. To Howell at third. Over to Mayberry at first.
2 runs, 2 hits, 3. And 1 left on.
So not before 2 more runs come across. And Houston goes to the top of the 5th with a 7-4 lead. And I'm looking for another pitcher. We'll go with the control issues with me, man. Let's go with Bo McLaughlin. No control issues, but can you keep him from getting hits? McLaughlin toes the rubber. Danny Ainge stepping in. He's 1 for 2 for today with a single. And it's in. He singles again to center field as McLaughlin offered up the lollipop to Ainge, but Ainge with very little pop to his bat just gets a single.
No outs, man on first.
That'll bring Rick Cerrone to the plate. Singled his last time up. As Ainge is on first, here's the pitch from McLaughlin. Hits to second. To Reynolds to Cabell for the double play. As
2 outs, base is empty.
Into the double play. So that's 2 outs with none on. And Baylor Moore coming to the plate. I think I will bring somebody in for Moore as well. Going to get something going for both teams. Otto Velez coming to the plate. Otto Velez batted .288 with 15 home runs in the season. He's only had 1 at-bat during this tournament. Velez digging in as McLaughlin brings the pitch. It will be an out or a single. It's a ballpark effect as he's hit it into center field. And actually hit it into right field as Leonard settles underneath it.
No runs, 1 hit, 3. And none left on.
So no runs. The top of the 6th for Toronto.
Bottom of the 6th.
As the Astros come to the plate and we look for a new pitcher. Not a whole lot of good. Let's bring in Lemanzik. I hope I'm saying that right. Dave Lemanzik to the plate. To the rubber, I mean. He's hoping to just shut down Houston where Toronto can live to go another day. He's already pitching from the B column. Oh well. Maybe not the best choice. This is a short fly to center field. Bassetti underneath it for out number 1.
1 out, base is empty.
Cesar Cedeno comes to the plate. 1 for 3 for today as Cedeno digs in. Here's the pitch from Lemanzik. It's a deep fly ball to right field as Baylor settles underneath it for out number 2.
2 outs, base is empty.
Jeffrey Leonard coming to the plate. Leonard's dangerous when he's on the path. He's 4 for 4 in stolen base attempts. So Toronto definitely doesn't want him on the bases, but here we go. Here's the pitch. Danny Ainge up with it, but it's a possible error. Does he boot it? Good chance with that 45 rating. And there is no error.
They go down quietly, nothing doing this half inning.
Makes the good play over to Mayberry at first. Route number
Top
3.
of the 7th.
We go to the bottom of the 6th. Their score still 7-4. Now Alfredo Griffin coming to the plate. We go to the top of the 7th. Just left the 6th. McLaughlin still on the mound. As Griffin steps in, here's the pitch. Alfredo Griffin.
One out, base is empty.
Walks back to the dugout. I bring up Bob Baylor, who is singled and walked in this game. Been on base twice. As McLaughlin brings the pitch. And it's a possible base on balls. And instead it will be just
1 out,
balls.
base is empty.
As Baylor steps back into the batter's box. McLaughlin deals. And he strikes out. McLaughlin makes that walk of shame.
2 outs, base is empty.
Dugout. I bring Roy Howe to the plate. McLaughlin, remembering Howe homered, driving in 2 earlier in the game, being cautious as he brings it to the plate. It's hit. A line drive towards the gap in the outfield. Can Jose Cruz get to it? It's hit well, but not well enough. It's Jose Cruz.
An easy inning to score. 1, 2, 3. Bottom of the 7th.
Now we go to the bottom of the 7th. And that's Take Me Out to the Ballgame plays. And Enos Cabell comes to the plate. See if we get a little more out of the Manzik. It's hit to first base. Mayberry up with it. Steps on the bag for out number 1.
1 out, base is empty.
I'll bring Jose Cruz to the plate, who is 3 for 3 today, driving in 4 runs. Big day for Cruz. Lemanzik looks to settle in and set him down. But instead, Cruz gets the free pass. He's on first. 1 out.
1 out, man on first.
And Art Howe coming to the plate. Howe's 2 for 3 for the day. Doubled his last time up. But first, Cruz looking to get the jump. And he will, as he's still second, as they've been taking advantage of Cerrone's weak arm.
1 out, man on second.
Cruz is now in scoring position with Art Howe stepping into the batter's box. Here's the pitch from Lemanzik. It's a leaping catch at short by Griffin. Can he double up? Cruz on second. Nope. He dives back safely.
2 outs, man on second.
Alan Ashby steps into the batter's box. Here's the pitch from Lemanzik. It's hit to Danny Ainge. There's a possible error on Ainge. Will he boot it? It is an error. as it gets into right field. Cruz moves
2 outs,
to third.
men on first and third.
I'll bring Bo McLaughlin to the plate. That's going to be it for McLaughlin, as we're going to be bringing in a pinch hitter against the right-handed Lemancic. We'll bring in Dave Bergman. Dave Bergman has only had one at bat during this tournament, but he batted at 15 plate appearances during the season with a .400 average and a home run. So here's the pitch from Lemancic to Bergman. And he strikes him out. Bergman comes in just to be sat down.
No runs, no hits, 1 error, and 2 left on.
Our score still Houston 7,
Top of the 8th.
4. Bring Sambito in to pitch for Houston. Joe Sambito, 2 saves during this tournament. Pitched 91 in the 3rd innings with a 1.77 ERA and 22 saves and a 1.77 ERA. So he's a good one to bring in to close this out as Vassetti steps into the batter's box. Here's the pitch from Sambito. Pitch sharply to Howe at second. It's a possible error as it's hit well. And it is an error by Howe as Vassetti gets
no outs, men on first.
E4. John Mayberry coming to the plate. It's 0 for 3 for the day. Pitch from Sambito. It's hit too short. 2 Reynolds. Possible double play. But we'll see the pivot from Howe. And they double him up at first as Howe
That's their second double play turn today. 2 outs, bases empty.
6-4-3 double play. I'll bring Al Woods to the plate. Lined out to short his last time up. Sambito toes the rubber. Al Woods steps in. Here's the pitch. And he'll single to left field.
2 outs, men on first.
Just dropped it in front of Cruz and left. So with 2 outs, we have Woods on first. Danny Ainge coming to the plate. Ainge 2 for 3 for today with 2 singles and a strikeout. And he will double into the corner. Ainge is having probably the best game of his career as he drives in Woods from all the way from first.
2 outs, man on second.
So that makes our game now 7-5 Houston as Rick Cerrone comes to the plate. Sambito bearing down. Here's the pitch.
Ball 4.
And he walks Cerrone. So with 2 outs, we have runners on first and second.
2 outs, men on first and second.
Sambito looking a bit shaky. Lemancic coming to the plate, and he will not. As we're going to bring in Cardi to pinch hit. Yeah, Al, it's not over yet. As Rico Cardi comes to the plate. We have 2 outs, 2 on. Cardi coming to the plate. He's only had 1 plate appearance during this tournament, but he did bat .256 with 12 home runs in the '79 season. Here's the pitch from Sambito. It's 3s all the way across. He lines out to Keel in center field.
1 run, 2 hits, 1 error, and 2 left on.
We still have Houston in the lead, 7-5, after one run coming across in the top of the 8th.
Bottom of the 8th.
That'll bring Terry Puel to the plate, but first we need a pitcher to close this thing out. That'll be Tom Buskey coming in. Tom Buskey with a 3.43 ERA. Pitching to Terry Puel. Here's the pitch. It's a ground ball to Ainge at second. Over to Mayberry. Out number 1.
1 out, bases empty.
As Craig Reynolds steps to the plate. He's 2 for 4 today with a single and a double. As Buskey toes the rubber. Here's the delivery. Again, it's hit to Ainge at second. Over to Mayberry. But can he beat it out? Reynolds trying to beat it out. He does not as they get him by half a step. For out number 2.
2 outs, bases empty.
Cesar Cedeno comes to the plate. 1 for 3 for the day. Here's the pitch to Cedeno from Buskey. It's a ground ball to third. Howe up with it. Over to Mayberry.
And just like that, the inning's over.
3 down.
Top of the 9th.
As we go to the top of the 9th. Zambito still on the mound. Alfredo Griffin coming to the plate. Here's the pitch to Griffin. Zambito bearing down. It's a fly out to center field as Puel takes a few steps back, squeezes it for
1
out
out,
number
bases
1.
empty.
And Toronto is 2 outs away from leaving this tournament as the number 1 seeded Houston Astros look to not be the upset victim as Baylor steps in. Zambito with the pitch. He strikes it out. Pascu taking the walk of shame.
2 outs, bases empty.
Down to the last out for the Blue Jays to stay in this tournament. Roy Howe coming to the plate, batting .247. Do I want to bring somebody else in for Howe? Don't have anybody any better. Not really. I like his own base percentage better than I do Gomez's. So here we go. Roy Howe digging in. Zambito bearing down. Here's the pitch. It's in the 6th column, but it's a short.
Houston wins a close one.
He makes the grab.
Until next time, this is Replay Radio signing off.
As Toronto tried to play the upset but they did not get the upset as Houston pulls it out here at home to move on in this tournament. Jose Cruz with the great game. Cruz, let's look at his line. He's 3 for 3 with a walk, 4 RBIs, a home run. He did a little bit of all to secure this game for the Astros. So that's going to be, well, thanks, Al. I'm not done yet. This is a doubleheader. That's the first elimination game as Houston moves on in this tournament. Now we go to Cleveland as the San Francisco Giants face the Cleveland Indians from Cleveland Stadium. We're 2-2. This is the second game of our doubleheader. as we set our lineups. This will be a 7 seed against a 10th seed. We'll have pitching for the Indians will be Bob Lepper, and pitching for the Giants, pitching, Lepper pitching well. Waits got hit up, 7.2 ERA, his 1 game started, 0.5 innings, exploding. That will bring us Cleveland Stadium for this elimination game. We'll just bring the lineups as we play.
Replay radio is live from Cleveland. Top of the first.
Top of the first. With Bill North coming to the plate, facing Rick Waits. Here's the delivery. First pitch coming from Waits. It's already in the 6th column, and he immediately allows a double by North as it's hit into the corner.
No outs, man on second.
So North is standing on second with no outs, and Terry Whitfield coming to the plate. Whitfield, 287 average in 79 with 5 home runs, batting .222 in this tournament. Here comes the pitch from Waits to Whitfield. Ground ball to first. Thornton up with it. But that will move North over to third.
1 out,
so we have
man on third.
Run 90 feet away with 1 out here in the very first. Jack Clark coming to the plate. Clark in this tournament is batting only 176, 3 for 17, but he does have a home run to his credit. Waits, settles in. Jack Clark digging in as here's the pitch. Strikes him out, just what Waits wanted.
2 outs, man on third.
As Darrell Evans comes to the plate. Evans 235 during this tournament, 253 on the season. Waits looking to get out of this slow light little jam here in the first. It's hit to Kuiper. Over to Thornton.
No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left on.
So 1 hit, 1 left on. We go to
bottom
the
of the first.
Scoreless. It's Paul Dade. Steps up for the Indians, batting .278 on the season and .238 for this tournament. Bob Lepper, during the season, had a 4.64 ERA. 9 win, 12 loss season. Here's the pitch from Lepper. It's a single up the middle as it's a leadoff hit for Cleveland. Also, it's Dave.
No outs, first. Man on first.
I'll bring Rick Manning to the plate. Manning having a great tournament, batting .474 with 4 RBIs, 259 on the season. So he's playing well as Dade is on first. The pitch comes to Manning. Ground ball to short. So they get to force it second. So the fielder's choice puts Manning on first.
1 out,
so
man on first.
We have a man on first. And Bobby Bonds coming to the plate. Bonds batting .368 with 2 RBIs. So Manning takes a slight lead off first. Never toes the rubber. Here's the pitch. It's a rare play check. And it will be a rare play. Here we go. Let's roll these 2 dice. as threatening weather approaches. All right. Weather forecast calls for threat of rain. At the end of each half inning, an automatic check will be made to see if the game is called. This will be a 1 in 6 chance.
1 out, man on first.
Oh boy, that should be interesting. Bobby Bonds still up at the plate. So we'll see what the weather's like in Cleveland today. Another rare play check, back to back. Here we go. Again, we check. This time, it's a dribbler to the mound. Should I try to get Manning? Let's just get the runner at first. Oops, clicked the wrong one. Got it. Oh well. User error. See if we can get Manning. Speed is a 4. And he is out. The chances weren't good, but we rolled the 5 and got Manning at second.
2 outs, man on first.
Choice. That'll put Bonds on first. Andre Thornton coming to the plate with 2 outs. Never with the pitch. It's a ground ball to third. Over to first to Bonds.
No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left on.
And that'll be it.
Top of the second.
Or we go to the second. Am I supposed to do that weather check, or does it do it itself? You know, Al. That I don't know. I don't even know how I would do it. So that's a question for anybody who comes along later. I had that rare play event that says we have weather that has to be checked after the end of every inning, but I don't know how to do that. So here we go. Bill Madlock to the plate. Rick waits with the pitch. Madlock digs in. Batting .333 for the tournament. Here's the pitch. It's a single up the middle as it lands in front of Manning.
No outs, man on first.
So Madlock to first as Mike Ivy comes to the plate. Yeah, I don't know what to do with it, Al. Maybe after this inning it'll do a check. I'm not sure. We'll see. That's why we play the game. Mike Ivy to the plate. Batting .444 for the tournament. 8 of 18 with a home run and 3 RBIs. Here's the pitch from Waits.
Ball 4.
And he puts Ivy with the free pass. Yeah, that's the only thing I know to do. I don't know what else to do. So we got runners on first and second. After the free pass to Ivy,
men on first and second.
Johnny LeMaster coming to the plate. LeMaster 286 with an RBI during this tournament. Waits in a little bit of trouble here as he brings the pitch. It's in the 6th column, but it's a short fly to center field. Manning under it easily for out number 1.
1 out.
Madlock
men on
stays
first
on
and second.
Yeah, the little intricate things in this, I don't. I still need to do more reading. I'm just kind of playing it and learning as I go. Really enjoyed this PC replay, though. It's been enjoyable to play. As Dennis Littlejohn comes to the plate. 197 average on the season. 250 for the tournament. Here's a pitch from Waits. Littlejohn digging in. It's a comebacker to the pitcher. He throws it to second for the force out and tries for a double play on the shortstop. Let's see what happens. He beats the relay to first. The moves.
2 outs, men on first and third.
We got runners on the corners with Bob Nepper coming to the plate. Nepper will swing away with a 182 average on the season. And it's a leaping catch by Kuiper.
No runs, 1 hit, and 2 left on.
Well, you know if it's Kuiper or Kipper.
Bottom of the second.
I'm not sure. Toby Hara to the plate now for the Indians. As Nepper settles in, here's the pitch. Hara digging in. It flies out to center field as North just takes a couple steps over, makes the play easily.
1 out, bases empty.
For out number 1. I'll bring Gary Alexander to the plate. Alexander in the tournament batting .333, but has yet to bring anybody across the plate. During the season, he batted .229 with 15 home runs. Here's the pitch from Nepper. It's a deep fly ball to Jack Clark in right field. Played easily by Clark.
2 outs, bases empty.
So 2 up, 2 down. As we go to Kuiper or Kipper. There's .222 during this tournament, .255 during the season. Here's Nepper with the pitch.
Ball 4.
And he puts Nepper on a free pass. Kuiper from Nepper.
2 outs,
Kuiper
man on
free
first.
Pass sitting on first. 2 outs, man on first. Tom Verzer comes to the plate, batting .308 with an RBI in this tournament. Here's the pitch from Nepper. And he strikes him out.
No runs,
Verzer
no
goes
hits,
back to the
and
dugout.
1 left on. Top of the third.
We go to the top of the third. With Bill North coming to the plate. North doubled his first time up as he led off the game with a double. Waits, towing the rotor. Here's the pitch from North. As it fouls out to third base. Hara with it easily for out number 1.
1 out, bases empty.
That'll bring Terry Whitfield to the plate. Whitfield grounded out to first his first time up. Here's Waits' pitch. Ground ball to short. Verzer up with it. Over to Thornton at first. With a 6-3 put out.
2 outs, bases empty.
That'll bring Jack Clark up to the plate. Struck out his first time up. Clark digs in. Waits with the pitch.
Ball 4.
And he puts Clark on with the free pass. So
2 outs, man on first.
Things are getting a little interesting with Waits. As we second base action. It's a possible error on Waits. He holds the runner. That's 66 on his error check. I knew there was a slim chance for him getting
2 outs, man on first.
having an error. Slim to none. Darrell Evans at the plate. Clark on first. Here's the pitch from Waits. Rounds out to Waits.
No runs, no hits, and 1 left on.
As Waits fields it and trots over to first. And it's the P unassisted.
Bottom of the third.
So we go to the bottom of the third with our game still scoreless as both pitchers serving themselves well as Waite steps to the plate. As he's in the American League, he is not used to swinging the bat. And now I'm not sure if you've heard or aware, but I've chosen in this tournament to turn off there will be no designated hitters for these pitchers. They're going to have to swing the bat themselves. So Waite steps in and doing something he's very unfamiliar with. As he swings the bat, he flies it in to left field as Whitfield settles underneath the short fly for out number one.
Out, bases empty.
Now bring Paul Dayton back to the plate as he singled his first time up. Nepper with the pitch. He flies out to center field as North just takes a couple steps to get underneath it. For out number two.
2 outs, bases empty.
So with no one on, Manning back to the plate. He grounded out to short his first time up. Nepper pitching well as he brings the ball to the belt. Manning digs in, and here's the pitch. The single to center field as it drops in front of North in center field.
2 outs, men on first.
So with 2 outs, Manning on first. Manning with the chance to steal. Here's the pitch. Here's the still attempt, excuse me. And will they hold him? No, he steals the base. Got to check the error rating against the catcher. It could be, we could see Manning on third. And he does, as Manning moves over to third with a throwing error from Dennis Littlejohn.
2 outs, men on third.
Now have Manning on third with 2 outs. In score 90 feet from our first run as Bobby Bond steps to the plate. He grounded out to the pitcher his last time up. As Nepper looks to pitch himself out of this little sticky situation. As Bonds digs in, Nepper delivers. It's a fly out to center field to North.
No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left on.
As they avoid bringing a run across, Manning is stranded on
Top
third.
of the fourth.
As we now go to the fourth, still scoreless. Bill Madlock coming to the plate, singling his first time up. Waits. Toes the rubber. Madlock steps into the box. Here's the pitch. Oh, there's a lot of 6s there. This could be our first score. Oh, there's a lot of HRs in that column. He has swung. He has got all of it as the grapefruit was offered. The fruit salad was made. Madlock trots the bases. A home run in the first run of the game. As that one was, as Al, Red Sox fan, would say, bada boom, bada bing. To the moon, Alice.
No outs, bases empty.
It was gone. I like to say, like they said in Bull Durham, that thing traveled so far and so fast it should have had a stewardess on it. As Mike Ivy will now step to the plate. Here's the pitch. Another rare play check. It will be a dribbler to the mound once again. The pitcher will try to retire the batter. Ivy's speed is a 3. And they get him. The roll of 5. He is
1 out, bases empty.
Route number 1. Johnny LeMaster comes to the plate. To the moon, Alice. Exactly. As Johnny LeMaster comes to the plate, he flew out to center field his last time up. Here's the pitch from Waits. And he will hit one, lift one into center field, Manning underneath it. For out number 2.
2 outs, bases empty.
Dennis Littlejohn coming to the plate. Littlejohn with the throwing error in the last inning. Kind of put San Francisco in a tight spot, but were able to get out of it. It's Little John grounded out to the pitcher his last time up. Here's the pitch. And he strikes him out. Out number 3.
One run, one hit, and none left on.
Dinger by Matlock.
Bottom of the 4th.
So we go to the bottom of the 4th. San Francisco up 1-0. And Andre Thornton steps to the plate. Here's the pitch from Nepper. Thornton digging in.
Ball 4.
And he gets the free pass as Thornton is down to first. No outs,
man on first.
And Toby Harrah stepping in. He flew out to center field his first time up. Here's the pitch from Nepper. He pops it up to Matlock at second. That will keep Thornton on first for out number 1.
One out, man on first.
As Gary Alexander stepped to the plate, he flew out to right his first time up. He's batting .313 though in this tournament. Can he continue?
Strike 3.
And he is struck out. And Little John will take the walk of shame. Excuse me, not Little John, Alexander.
2 outs, man on first.
Catcher. And that'll bring Kuiper back to the plate. He walked his last time up. Here's the pitch from Nepper.
Strike 3.
And he strikes him out. For out number 3.
No runs, no hits, and 1 left on.
And we go
top of the 5th.
To the 5th. The score 1-0. San Francisco. Nepper will come to the plate. He'll swing away. And it is a ballpark effect for Nepper. And he's got a chance for a home run with the roll of 5 or 6. And he will not, though. But he will get a single to center field as he hits it and drops it in front.
No outs, man on first.
Manning in center field as Bill North comes to the plate. Nepper's on first. Waits with the pitch. It's in a 6 count again. It's a double in the corner. As Nepper moves all the way to third.
No outs, men on second and third.
We have runners on second and third. Terry Whitfield coming to the plate as the Giants are getting active on the base pass. Waits with the pitch. It's hit to the shortstop. Over to first. For the out. A run will score as Nepper sprints across home
One
plate.
out, man on second.
We have a 2-0 game now. As Jack Clark comes to the plate. Just walked and struck out in the game. Here's the pitch to Clark. He'll fly out to center field as Manning squeezes it for out
2
number
outs,
2.
man on second.
And I'll bring Darrell Evans to the plate. Evans is 0 for 2 on the game. Batting .211 during this tournament. Ground ball to short. Berger up with it. Over the
1 run, 2 hits, and 1 left on. Bottom of the 5th.
After the top of the 5th, another run comes across, and we have it 2-0 San Francisco over Cleveland as Tom Berger steps into the batter's box. Nepper toes the rubber. Berger struck out his last time up. Here's the pitch to Berger. It's a short fly ball to right field. Jack Clark underneath it. Out number 1.
1 out, bases empty.
That'll bring Waits to the plate. Trying to decide if I want to keep Waits in or try to. It's the bottom of the fifth, too early. What do you think, Al? Not too confident in his pitching. What to do, what to do. What says the chat? If you're still there, Al, yank him or let him keep pitching. All right, I'm going to leave him in. Here's the pitch to Waits. And he'll hit a dribbler to the catcher. Out at first.
2 outs, bases empty.
Now bring Paul Dade back to the plate. Dade 1 for 2 with a single. Here's the pitch from Nepper. Dade. He's doing a free pass as he's now on first.
2 outs, men on first.
This will be the 5th walk by Nepper today. 5 walks and 6 strikeouts. So he can be a little wild. Dade is looking to get the jump at first. And he steals the base, taking advantage of Little John as they do not hold
2
home.
outs,
Dade
man
is
on
now
second.
down to second in scoring position with 2 outs. Rick Manning coming to the plate. Manning singled his last time up. Nepper looking to close the 5th out. No runs coming across. And he will ground out to LeMaster at short.
No runs,
Over
no
first
hits, and 1 left on.
Out. Stranding Dade on second.
Top of the 6th.
As we go to the 6th, the score still 2-0 San Francisco. Waits still on the mound. Bill Madlock's stepped in. He's 2 for 2, and he home run with a home run his last time up. Here's the pitch to Madlock. It's in the 6th column again. It's a deep fly ball to Bonds. Bonds back to the warning track, but it is not deep enough. It's a
1 out,
fly,
bases empty.
The F9 for the first out. That brings Mike Ivy to the plate, who has walked and grounded out to the pitcher in his attempts today. Waits with the pitch. It's hit to Berzer at short for the 6-3 putout. Thornton squeezes it. They get Ivy by a couple steps.
2 outs, bases empty.
That'll bring Johnny LeMaster back to the plate. He's 0 for 2 for today. As Waits with the pitch delivers. And it looks like it will be a hit. And it is a single to right field. As LeMaster is on with 2 outs,
men on first.
On first. Dennis Littlejohn back to the plate. Littlejohn 0 for 2 for the day as LeMaster takes a hefty lead off first. And here's the pitch. And he strikes out Littlejohn.
No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left on.
As we go to the bottom of the 6th.
Bottom of the 6th.
San Francisco still leading 2-0. That brings Bobby Bonds to the plate. Bonds is hitless so far in the game, 0 for 2. As Nepper looks to keep that streak alive with Bonds. So Bonds steps into the batter's box. Here's the pitch. He will single into left field as it drops in front by Whitfield. Bonds
no outs, men on first.
Single. That'll bring Andre Thornton to the plate, who's 0 for 1, but with a walk. Here's the pitch to Thornton. Nepper delivers. It's a ground out to the pitcher at first. It will be a fielder's choice as it cannot get the lead runner as Bonds makes his way to second.
Man on second.
With one out, Bonds on second. Toby Hara to the plate. Hara 0 for 2 on the day as Nepper toes the rubber. Here's the pitch. There'll be a ground out to short, over to first. As Bonds moves to third.
2 outs, man on third.
Runner on third base. They've moved him over, but can they bring him in? As Gary Alexander steps to the plate. Alexander himself 0 for 2, striking out his last time up. Nepper looks to shut it down again as we have a runner, Bonds, 90 feet from scoring. Here's the pitch to Alexander. And it's a deep fly ball to right field. Jack Clark.
No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left on.
Though, and we leave Bonds stranded on third.
Top of the 7th.
To the 7th. That will bring Nepper up to the plate. Nepper pitching well. He's got a 3-hitter going. No runs across. He'll continue to pitch as Waits brings the pitch. And he pops it out to third as Harris settles under it easily for out number
1 out, bases empty.
Rick Waits pitching to North. North 2 for 3 today with 2 doubles. As Waits gives the pitch cautiously to North. Here's the pitch. A lot of 6s in that column. It's a single or a home run. Oh no! As he offers up the lollipop to Bill North. Bill North turns on it, hits it hard, and what will it be? We got the question mark. Well, it's a good chance it's a home run because he's hit it well. He's hit it deep over the outfield wall. And another run comes across. It's now 3-0.
1 out, bases empty.
San Francisco is the North put it into the cheap seats. To the moon now. It's gone. That'll bring Terry Whitfield back to the plate. As Waits has allowed another home run to come be hit off of him. Whitfield to the plate. Here's the pitch. It's hit to short. Berger up with it. Over to Thornton. A 6-3 put out.
2 outs, bases empty.
That'll bring Jack Clark to the plate. Jack Clark is hitless for today, but he does have a walk as he steps in. Waits with the delivery. He flies it out to right field for out number 3.
1 run, 1 hit, and none left on.
With the home run from North.
Bottom of the 7th.
Bottom of the 7th. That's taking out the ball game plays. Nepper still pitching well. Kuiper steps in. Here's the pitch from Nepper. Mayfield single as Kuiper beats out the throw.
No outs, men on first.
On first with no outs. And there could be a problem with Nepper. He's trying to hold Kuiper on. No, it's a possible wild pitch. And it is a wild pitch, and Kuiper will move to second.
No outs, men on second.
Kuiper is in scoring position. Tom Berger comes to the plate. As things are getting now interesting for the Indians. It's base on balls, and now we have runners on first and second. And the BF boost will give a 4 increase.
No outs, men on first and second.
To Nepper. That'll bring Rick Waits up and Waits will be yanked. Now to bring someone in, it will be Dale Austin coming in to pitch hit for Waits. Austin has had 3 plate appearances with a hit, an RBI in this tournament. Batted .290 during the season with 62 at bats. So here's the pitch to Austin from Nepper. He singles to center field. That will load the bases with no outs. We're going to send the runner on third. Let's see if we can get a run across. It's Kuiper. They will throw home. It's Kuiper tries to make it home. And he is safe. This game is 3-1 with runners on the corner. This game
no outs, men on first and third.
They're in the bottom of the 7th. Nepper looking to pitch himself out of this tight spot as Paul Dade comes back to the plate. Here's the pitch from Nepper. Dade digging in. And he'll hit it to first. It's off Ivey's It's so sharp he could not make the play. It will not be an error. But that will
no
score
outs,
another
men
run.
on first and second.
Now a 3-2 game with runners on first and second. Manning coming to the plate. Nepper's still not fatigued. I don't want to pull him. I want to see if he can pitch himself out of this situation. Manning stepping in. He has singled today. He's 1 for 3. Here's the pitch to Manning. And it's a leaping catch by the second baseman. Possible double play. Can he get Austin off the bag at second? No. Austin dives back to get back
1 out,
safely.
men on first and second.
That will be 1 out with runners on first and second. Bobby Bonds back to the plate, who singled his last time up. Nepper with the pitch. Flies out to right field. Austin will remain
2
on
outs,
second.
men on first and second.
2 outs. Our game 3-2. Andre Thornton to the plate. Nepper looking to get out of this jam. Here's the pitch from Nepper. Flies out to center field to end the inning. Not
2 runs,
after 2 runs
3 hits,
coming across.
and 2 left on.
And our game now is tight, 3-2.
Top of the 8th.
We'll need a new pitcher. We're facing a bunch of righties. Victor Cruz will come in. I don't like the ERAs on some of those guys. Victor Cruz has 1 save during this tournament as Darrell Evans comes in. Evans so far in the game is hitless, batting .200 in the tournament. Here's the pitch from Cruz. Evans digging in. It's a short fly ball hit to right field. Bobby Bonds takes a few steps in for out number 1.
1 out, bases empty.
As Bill Matlock steps in, 2 for 3 today with a home run. Cruz toes the rubber. Matlock steps into the batter's box. Here's the pitch.
Ball 4.
And Matlock gets the free pass as he trots down to first with the ball 4.
1 out, man on first.
Matlock on first. He will look to steal. Can he get the jump on Ivy? He does. Matlock down to second with a stolen base.
1 out, man on second.
Matlock moves into scoring position. Mike Ivy steps into the batter's box. Here's the pitch from Cruz. looping drive to center field. Manning on his bicycle. Can he get to it? A 50-50 chance. As it is under his glove for a single. It keeps Madlock at third.
1 out, men on first and third.
1 out, we have runners on the corners. Johnny LeMaster to the plate, who singled his last time up and is 1 for 3 for the day. Here's the pitch to LeMaster. One's all the way across. He singles up the middle and scores. This Cruz is not coming in
1 out,
doing his job.
men on first and second.
So now we have a 4-2 game. Dennis Littlejohn stepping to the plate. Littlejohn is hitless so far, 0 for 3. But we have runners on second and third. As the pitch comes to Littlejohn, it's hit to first. There's a possible error check on Thornton. There is no error as he makes the play. Gets LeMaster out at second.
2 outs, men on first and third.
So we have runners on the corners. The pitcher Nepper coming to the plate. I think at this time Nepper's going to come out. See if we can get him some run assurance. A little more, a few more people across the plate. Bring in Larry Herndon to bat. As Cruz settles in, Herndon digs in. Here's the pitch from Cruz to Herndon. Strikes out Herndon.
1 run, 2 hits, and 2 left on.
A 4-2 lead by San Francisco.
Bottom of the 8th.
Bottom of the 8th. Toby Harrah to the plate, and we need a new pitcher. And we will bring in Gary LaBelle for San Francisco. This time I'm just going with ones with the best numbers. Not going righty-lefty. Let's just see what LaBelle can do as Toby Harrah steps to the plate. Harrah so far hitless. Batting .250 during this tournament. But here's the pitch to Harrah. He hits it to third. Evans up with it. Over to Ivy at first for the 5-3 putout. And out number
1 out, bases empty.
Now that will bring Alexander to the plate. Alexander is hitless on the day. LaBelle looks to keep it that way as Alexander steps in. And he strikes him out. As Alexander again takes the walk of shame.
2 outs, bases empty.
So it's 2 outs, 2 up, 2 down. Glenn Kuiper comes to the plate. He's 1 for 3, 1 for 2 for the day with a walk and a single. Here's the pitch to Kuiper, LaBelle. And he hits to second. Madlock up with it. Over to Ivy at first.
An easy inning to score. 1, 2, 3.
3 up, 3 down as LaBelle comes
top
in.
Of the 9th.
As well. As we go to the top of the 9th. Bill North stepping back into the batter's box. He's 3 for 4 for today. 2 doubles and a home run. Cruz being cautious with North. As North pops it up to first base. Thornton underneath it. Route number 1.
1 out, bases empty.
North goes back to the dugout. Cannot be too disappointed with his performance for today, though. As Terry Whitfield steps in. Here's the pitch to Whitfield. And he strikes out Whitfield.
2 outs, bases empty.
That will bring Jack Clark to the plate. Clark is hitless for today, but he did walk. He has been on the base path. Here's the pitch to Clark. There's a lot of 6s. A big chance for a home run as Victor Cruz hung a curveball. Jack Clark got around on it, and he has hit it over the outfield wall. Jack Clark sent it to the moon and back. Somebody tell Alice hello, because it's on the moon, as Alice has been
2
greeted.
outs, bases empty.
So now it's a 5-2 game as Darrell Evans comes to the plate. And Cruz, I think we'll see the end of him for the day. As now Sid Mong will come in. Try to close this thing out. No more damage. It's a rare play check. And here we go. And it will be a dribbler to the mound. See if Evans can beat it out. He does for an infield single. What an unlucky chance.
2 outs, man on first.
One. So we have a runner on, 5-2 game, and Bill Madlock, who's already homered once in this game, steps to the plate. Here's the pitch from Sid Mong. Strikes him out.
One run, 2 hits, and 1 left on.
Across.
Bottom of the ninth.
Bottom of the ninth. Cleveland trails by 3. The higher seeded Cleveland could be upset as the 10th seeded Giants are looking to upset the 7th seeded Cleveland Indians. Tom Verzer comes to the plate. We're going to do see if we can get some better hitters in there. That 220 is not the highest thing I've ever seen. No home runs. Let's bring in Ron Hassey. Pinch hit for Verzer. Trying to manufacture something here. There's only been one plate appearance by Hassey in this tournament, but he did bat .287 with 4 home runs and 223 plate appearances in a season. So we'll see what happens as LaBelle brings the pitch. And there are some 6 in the column, but it's a deep fly ball to Jack Clark. As he got into column number 6, but he just lifted it deep into right field. Clark with the easy play.
1 out, bases empty.
1. And of course, Mom won't be batting. He's not going to help the cause one bit. And we'll bring Ron Pruitt to the plate. Pruitt looks like he's 12 years old in that picture. And we got adolescents playing for the Cleveland Indians. He has had 3 at-bats during this tournament. He's 1 for 3. Let's see if he can improve on that. He batted .283 during the season with 2 home runs. Here's the pitch to Pruitt.
Ball 4.
And he gets the free pass as Pruitt is now on first.
1 out, man on first.
Paul Dade coming to the plate. Dade has singled twice in the game. He hopes to continue that as LaBelle brings the pitch to Dade. It's hit to second. It's off Madlock's glove. It's hit sharply. So now with
1 out,
we have
men on first and second.
First and second. With the tying run coming to the plate in Rick Manning. LaBelle wanting to pitch out of this situation. As Rick Manning comes to the plate. It's a deep fly ball to left field. Whitfield settling underneath it for out number 2.
2 outs, men on first and second.
Away from this game being over for them. So here we are, Bobby Bonds, the father of the great Barry Bonds, stepping to the plate. He has singled today, He's 1 for 3, actually 1 for 4, excuse me, as he steps to the plate. This tournament resting in his semi-capable hands as Gary Lavelle looks to close out the game. Bonds digs in. Here's the pitch. Line drive single plus an error to Glenn Whitfield as, oh boy, he's a 12. And it is an error as Pruitt moves over. Bonds goes to second, Dade to third.
2 outs, men on second and third.
Now we have a 5-3 ball game with the winning run coming to the plate. Andre Thornton, though, is hitless for the game. And Lavelle is now on his B column, so Lavelle will come out of the plate, out of the game. And so Thornton, running a righty. Let's bring in Griffin. Tom Griffin will come in. Try to close this game out. Thornton's hitless during the game. He did walk once. As Thornton steps in, Griffin has got his warm-up tosses in. Here's the pitch. And that will be the game as it grounds out to short.
San Francisco wins a nail-biter.
And that will
Goodbye,
be the
everybody.
game as Cleveland is eliminated from this tournament. Never threw a jewel as he goes 2-0 in this tournament. Griffin with a save. Let's go to our box score. Again, 11 hits, 5 runs, 2 errors by San Francisco, but they win the game 5-3. Cleveland held to 8 hits and 3 runs. On San Francisco's side, home runs by Matlock, the 4th inning off Waits on a 0-0, no one on, no outs. And then Bill North in the 7th off Waits, no one on, 1 out. And then Clark, 9th inning off Victor Cruz, 0 on, 2 outs. Clark with a good game, with that kind of settling it for San Francisco when he hit that home run. Thanks, Al, for checking in. I wanted to go ahead and get this double header in so it'll close out my first round of the tournament. And so we're going to take a look at it. Let's exit out of there. And let's look at our bracket. With everything settled now, we have our second round bracket settled. So in the second round, we're going to have the 14th seeded and the biggest upset so far in this tournament, the 14th seed taking out the 3rd seeded Detroit Tigers. So it's going to be the Mets against the Dodgers and the first pairing in round number 2. Then we have the 12th seeded Mariners upsetting the Rangers, a 3-0 sweep